this is Lena, and in today's video, I will be telling you why the body mass index alone is not a good indicator of your health status. Before we get started, I'll let you know what the body mass index is. Uh, when we all apply for health insurance, the health insurance person we talk to always asks us, what's your weight, what's your height, and they will use those data actually come up with your body mass index, and your premium will be based on whatever value they get. So your body mass index is the ratio of your weight in kilograms over your height, the square of your height in meter. So the unit will be kilograms over meter square. And based on whatever value they get, they guess what is your health status. And I'm going to tell you why this is not enough to tell if somebody is healthy or not. So if you get a body mass index which is less than 18.5 and 95, it means the person is underweight. If your body mass index is between 19 and 24.9, you are considered to have a normal weight. But if your body mass index is between 25 and 29.9, you're considered to be overweight. A value over 30 is considered to be obese. And when it comes to obesity, they have three classes of obesity. So for people between 30 and 34.9 are considered to be type 1 obese. Type 2 obese will be those with the body mass index between 35 and 39.9. And if you have a body mass index that is higher or equal to 40, you are considered to be type 3 obese. And the higher the level of obesity, the higher you are at risk of having health problems such as type 2 diabetes, stroke, heart diseases, and many others. So why is this value not enough to tell if somebody is healthy or not? I previously talked about the type of fat we have in the body, and we were talking about visceral fat, subcutaneous fat, and visceral fat is the fat that is in our viscers. The viscers are the internal organs, and don't when we talk about visceral fat, people usually think that is belly fat. No, the belly fat is the fat that is directly underneath the skin, but the visceral fat is all the way inside under the muscles. So that fat you cannot touch it. Sorry, I think the volume is kind of too much. Okay. So you cannot touch that fat when you're touching your stomach. And that fat is just like 10% of the fat of your body, but it is the worst fat you want to get because it is very active, and I'll tell you what I mean by being active. So when people take your body mass index, if it is between 19 and 24.9, what they'll say is, yeah, this person is healthy, and your premium will be very low because they consider you as a healthy person. But what they don't take into consideration is your waist circumference, because this is what really tells if you have visceral fat or not. So to be sure that we're healthy, not only we should calculate our body mass index, but we should also measure our waist circumference, and the value you get will tell you if you're healthy or not. So to be able to tell if somebody is healthy or not, we need to have those two values, not just the body mass index, because there are people who are very skinny but have a lot of visceral fat. Those people have high risk of getting all those diseases we talked about previously, as compared to somebody who has a very high body mass index but has a very flat stomach. So yeah, why did I say visceral fat is bad for the body? It is because these fats, before I even get into it, I need to remind that fat cells don't do cell division. So our fat cells don't have the capacity of dividing just like other cells in the body. And therefore, the more you eat fat, the more these cells will just accumulate. So they cannot go do cell division, but they can increase in size. So the more you eat fat, the more the cells will increase. But once you get to certain level, they can't accumulate fat anymore because they already reached their higher level. What will happen is they'll start leaking. When they leak, they will release fat, and this fat, once released, goes and into organs that are not supposed to store fat, such as the liver. So people who drink alcohol a lot and people who eat a lot of fats have a high risk of storing fat into their liver. And the liver, when you look at it, is not red, but it's instead kind of yellow because it has a lot of fat inside. And once this fat goes to the liver, for instance, it is considered as an antigen because fat is not supposed to be in the liver. And what happens is our body, in response to this fat accumulation into the liver, will secrete a lot of adipokine, cytokine, and chemokines. And these are pro-inflammatory how am I gonna say it? Pro-inflammatory products. So what happens is once they're secreted, this will attract macrophages, neutrophils, who and these cells, once they get into the liver, there will be a an inflammatory response, meaning the body will try to fight, okay, in order to remove the fat or to remove whatever is bad in the liver. And as a response, the body will secrete a lot of free radicals. And once the free radicals are released, unfortunately, they are not only bad for the stranger, but they're also bad for ourselves. So once the free radicals are released, they will get into our normal cells and they will get into the nucleus and they will damage our DNA. And once the DNA is damaged, what happens is there are a lot of chances that we can get mutations. Once we get mutations, this can easily lead to cancer. So, putting on weight is not just bad because people think obesity is like, oh, how am I gonna say it? They say I don't like the way I look. So obesity is more than that. It's not just about how we are looking, but it's that once we put on a lot of weight, this is really bad for our health because it can lead to a lot of health issues. So what can we do once we get to that point? And let me remind you that the best thing is to do primary prevention. What is primary prevention? Is to avoid to the onset of the disease. This is to avoid the onset of obesity. This is like eating healthy, getting a lot of exercise and drinking a lot of water. But in case you are already obese, you can't do primary prevention anymore. You have to do what is called secondary prevention, which is to prevent the obesity from getting worse or from leading to other health issues such as stroke, health, and other health problems. So the best thing will still be to exercise, watch your diet, and if possible, use antioxidant supplements or any other product that you think is healthy and it can reduce the side effect of the obesity, like weight loss products. And me, what I do is I drink a lot of water, try to exercise as much as I can, but it's not always easy, and try to have a healthy diet, which is, we all know, a lot of fibers, a lot of fruits and vegetables, very few carbs, and especially carbs from good sources, and proteins. So what I have been using and what I recommend, these two products, these are from Edmag International. It is a company that I really trust, because when it comes to supplements, this is not really regulated. Supplement market is not really regulated, so FDA just makes sure that the products are safe for use, but they don't really make sure that the products do what they're supposed to do. But I trust Edmag. If you have another company that you trust better, yes, go for it. But if you don't, I recommend Edmag. This is the product I use. And the reason why I use these products is because Plena is known to be a very good antioxidant product. And spirulina, according to a study done by the National Institute of Health here in Bethesda, Maryland, uh, spirulina has the capacity of stopping the activity of visceral fat. So once you already have visceral fat, if you take spirulina, this can reduce the amount of cytokines, adipocyte, and fats that can leak from your fat cells. But the best thing will be, as I always say, to prevent the onset of obesity. Don't get me wrong. So if you like this video, feel free to comment, to give a thumbs up, and share it with other people who may be struggling with weight loss. And as always, if you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to answer whenever I can. Then take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.